Welcome back to another episode of the podcast. Today's episode stands out to me as a very important one because we spent the weekend, most of us, in the grasp of Melrose. When Melrose grabs you and takes hold, you will become a different person. An example would be Dub wearing these crazy-ass Prada boots right now that look like something that my kid's sister might have had in first grade, but revamped. Let's start there. So I show up on Saturday. I'm not thinking about the fact that we're on the block, we're out in public, we need to create assets. We need to create stuff for social media. Dub takes one look at my fit. I'm going to break it down for y'all. I'm going to describe it. I got some Last Resort shoes. They look like Vans. They're black. They have white soles. They're dirty. I've ridden BMX in them. I've walked around in them in the dirt, in the grass. They don't look too great. I came through wearing them. My opinion is that I'm a dirty-ass white boy, and I'm going to show up to the function. I'm going to show up to my store with some grimy-ass shoes on because in my head, I'm so cool that I'm Lil B. I can wear the same Vans for 10 years, and nobody can tell me And that's all good in the confines of my brain until you walk in and you have South Central's Virgil looking at you and telling you that you look like
We're not doing that, Adam. I told him, I said, we're not doing that today.
Not feeling the socks. I got short black socks. Not feeling it. He goes out back and he fetches me some very tall, awful lot of cough syrup socks and some Supreme Air Force Ones, all white, I believe.
All white, I believe.
All white.
It's clean though.
Joints. I felt like a trophy, really.
Yeah.
And you know, if I want to do the photo shoot with Dub, it turns out I got to change up my shoes and my socket.
Did you see the pictures?
I haven't seen the pictures. I would love to post the pictures.
Yeah, you can post the pictures. They just sent them to me.
I would like to post the pictures. So get me on that mailing list. But that was the first eye-opening experience of the day that I had, was the realization that you got to be fresh if you want to be on the block.
You gotta be, man. Like, I ain't never stepped out there on Melrose looking grimy. That's why I told you, I said, Adam, can we get it at least just like once a year, bro? Where you just like put it on. You know what I'm saying?
Once a year sounds about right.
Do I gotta AB you like put it on? Do I gotta put it in
I ain't gonna lie, bro. We like I'm gonna let y'all be the judge, but I feel like
we look good.
we look like some joints. Pass it around.
We got the purple background.
Pass us around. We look like some real Melrose fashion joints. It's not just a podcast.
Purple
This
babies.
is a clothing line as well.
I like it that we got the girl in there too. What's her name?
Sav.
Sav?
Yep.
Like Taste Sav?
Savage.
Savage. Damn, we do look kind of good. I like that.
Yeah.
Kind of went
They
crazy.
can't see it. I wish we could. Maybe we could plant it on the screen right
Man,
now.
we kind of went crazy, and I
You
ain't
know
gonna
what I'm
lie,
saying?
like the colors popped though. Out.
Nah,
The
swipe
colors
through, you
is
can
wild.
swipe
Find it
through
on
us
the
more.
screen when you edit it.
And if you want to do a fashion shoot, you can't be the dirty looking guy next to everybody else looking clean.
So
and it was
Looked like we hired Adam for the day.
that was eye opening to me because I had many modes when I was on Melrose before. Sometimes I would be getting fresh for a while to whatever
Wearing
extent.
designer. I remember when you went in your designer phase.
But then also I remember one time they came through, gave me some sandals. I remember I wore that for like 2 months, and then I realized, because especially when it gets super hot,
yeah.
it's kind of like, am I really gonna put
Shorts
nice
and
clothes on? I'm gonna put
sandals,
some hot ass shoes on today when it's this hot.
So can you promise us that you'll let
Where's the 22 at?
Dub style you for your birthday party fit?
Oh,
He
yeah,
is
you know.
styling me for my birthday party,
Thank you, brother.
but my girl has my girl has she has like, she's still figuring out what outfit she's gonna wear. So whatever I get styled with, I'm gonna have to, you know, put the
Stop
pieces
playing
together
with
so
my
I don't
boy.
look too ridiculous.
Is it a dress code for your party?
Stop
Yeah.
playing with my
Look how-
boy.
Hey,
Get
I
him
just
going
imagine
crazy
if you
then.
had those mud dogs on.
We
What
gotta
was
edit
that?
these into there so people
Yeah,
can
we
actually
have
see
to.
what we're talking about. Or head on over to my Instagram and the Cough Syrup Instagram right now if you want to see what they look like. But yo, yeah, my party, like, it officially says for like how you're supposed to present yourself, it says dress to impress. Now you could take that however you want to take that. To me personally, I feel like you're dressed to impress right now.
I'm gonna have that shit on that.
But
Stop
do you
playing
want
with
to
Brick. Stop
do you
playing.
want to take it to the next level?
yeah, come on.
He got some cool jeans on. He
Yeah.
got a fresh new crew neck sweater.
The
That really
hottest piece
is
of the
Adam. That
drop.
is dressing up to Adam. I believe, like, for real.
No,
in
right
his
now
mind.
what we're doing, me and Brick, we had this conversation. What we're doing, we're showcasing the stuff that's gonna be at the store on Melrose. You know, that's not really, you want to go dressed to impress. That's not nothing that's gonna bring revenue to us. That's when you throwing on has nothing to do with me or my brand. Right now, he has on a no jumper crew neck sweater that's available right now on Melrose.
And
Remo
no
has the no jumper sweater that's available right now on Melrose.
Going crazy.
That's what we're
Twinning.
doing. Oh yeah, you see what's going on.
Twinsies.
When it's hot, what else you gonna do?
I like it. Nah, but I mean, it says dress to impress. I mean, I'm not really sure what the hell he's gonna have me wearing, but definitely.
A suit with some shorts.
You think I should wear a suit?
I'm gonna show you the picture. I
With
got
some
it. It's
shorts?
The blazer with the shorts.
That's it? That's the
some
move?
player.
You trying to do some Met Gala?
So do you want us to put
Yeah, just
dress
go
to impress?
crazy.
Did you want us to come dapper?
I like
as
people to
in
look
suit and
different than
tie?
what they normally do.
This is my
Tell me
consideration.
now because it's still early.
My
in the week.
consideration is that would it be sick if everybody wore suits and ties? Yeah, that would totally be sick. But I'm not trying to like limit the number of people who come to the party based on the fact that it's a pain in the ass to get a suit together for most people. So from my perspective, like, I mean, we went to a nice party the other day. We went to French Montana's birthday party. Shout out to Dub for the last minute holler to go to that. It's like a lot of people are dressed kind of nice. You definitely don't want to be wearing your bummiest fit, but I mean, like Remo was in there with a freaking awful lot of cough syrup hoodie, and I felt like he looked normal, right?
Yeah, you did.
French, my boy, but he got like some rap groupie friends that I don't agree with. French, my guy though.
Really?
That's the only reason why I didn't pull up.
Really?
Yeah, I seen it was all type of rich.
I ain't gonna lie. It was really. It wasn't like what
the
we.
rich was there.
Yeah. It was like they
Who?
invited more. Like they let more people come in that was supposed to be there. You know what I mean? Usually, like a friendship that we do it, it'd be like upper echelon. This was like, okay, if you had like a platform, you could get in there. If you had some type of something, you could get in there. Because there was a lot of asking questions and trying to do interviews and talks. And I'm like, I'm not used to being at a celebrity party where just openly cameras and phones out for people having interviews. Most of the time, it's more intimate. You don't even bring your security in.
That's what we living in right now, though.
But I was thinking that too, though, because I'm like, it was like a really dope party in the sense that there was like tons of famous people there and all kinds of like cool custom food, whatever going on. But then it's also like, I was taking a lot of photos with like random people, including people who blatantly did not know who I was and were just taking photos with me because other people
You know
were
what I'm saying?
taking
Usually-
photos with me.
That's not even like, you can't even do that. Like you go to certain parties or whatever.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I just went to, I think it was Jada party in New York or something. I mean, in Atlanta or something.
Jada
Like,
who?
you're not taking no pictures.
Jada
Like,
Waiter.
put your phone down. Like, you know, if you don't even know this person. Here, you run into people you don't know, but it's fire too, because it's like, I know you're not tripping about me taking a picture now,
Right.
Because you know everybody's here taking a picture.
Yeah.
This little baby's girl, right?
Jada Waiter.
Yeah.
Jada Waiter, yeah.
So what, you got invited to a party in Atlanta, so you just pulled up just to go party out there?
No, I was doing a pop-up already out there with Atlanta Exotics. I did a collaboration with them last year. They finally dropped it this year. And then Little Meech was hosting the party, so I pulled up with Little Meech and Summer Walker.
That's
I mean,
where you went for the turnaround, right? Where you was like, I got to fly out early.
So I'm saying I might need to start taking these cameras with me, bro. We be really at some
I don't know why you didn't.
I don't know why you didn't.
because you don't know how official when you go to a party, and I am new outside 22. I'm an outside dog now. Like a lot of dogs spend their whole life inside. I've been inside my whole last couple of years of my life.
You
And now
have.
I'm
You
a,
have,
I'm
bro.
an outside dog now. I'm living in the yard. I'm pulling up. I'm doing whatever. So we get to the party. We're in there for 5-10 minutes. We look up. We see all the sponsors. And Big Chief is a sponsor. I'm looking at Remo like, oh. Did we just
Ops
walk
in there.
up in the op territory?
that's what you're thinking.
We in our territory. for
Remo's
real.
trying to stress me out. Remo's like, bro, I don't know. Go down.
God, you know what I'm saying?
I looked at Remo. I said,
My
Remo,
point.
it is what it is.
And he wasn't. My boy wasn't on though. He ready for whatever.
Listen,
Too.
No, I
don't
saw
think
the- I saw the
ops-
twins was
I don't
there for
think
sure.
the ops hang out. Your ops hang out with that crew.
There's a certain level of clientele.
Yeah, I mean it's not even that. Well, I know. I know that.
As soon as we walked in, we actually seen the Big Chief, the two twins that beat. So I'm assuming
That's what I'm
like,
saying. The twins, they're cool though.
Great to see 'em.
yeah, great to see him. And
Good
shit, but I
guys.
just would assume
They ain't on
the
that.
AD and you know what I'm
The
saying.
whole time I'm thinking,
Y'all was
are their
partying with
beards
Chris Brown
just are their beards just like that,
Yeah.
or do they have to like dye their
Bitch.
beards? Because they have some of the darkest beards I've ever seen in my life, and that's not an insult.
No,
That
you
is
just get like a touch up. Like if you get your beard done, it's like it only really lasts that night. But you get the beard, then they hit
That
you with
Beijing.
the just to make that It looks super crisp.
Yeah, that's that Beijing.
What? It's like a special shit you
It's
put
a
in it.
black
Yeah, it's an
spray.
enhancement.
Should we be okay? We're gonna throw that on the list too. We're gonna Beijing Adam for the
Yeah,
You're gonna Beijing me?
Yeah.
Don't Beijing me. Don't take my ass to Beijing.
No, we're gonna Beijing. We're gonna get you with the
Beijing.
black barber. That's gonna
Oh,
have
so
you with
you
the
gonna go beard?
taper.
You gonna have
Then we're
him go
gonna have you
beard
with
to the
the
party?
the
Oh, yeah.
Armenian beard that fades into the taper, and then we just gonna thick it
the
up.
white pencil around your hairline.
Oh
Like
my
that.
God! Don't hit me with the D30 for the
They're too
party.
rare.
Hit me with the too rare for the party would be crazy.
Ah.
Wow. Anyway, yeah, we had a good time up in the party on Thursday, and then I just this has been like the fucking longest, most tormenting week of my life. I've just been doing interviews / filming porn like 12 hours a day, and then having to be outside all weekend on the block. What was your experience as somebody who was not around for the Melrose era? How was it for you? Brick Baby was briefly around, but
He knew it was
very
rolling, but
briefly.
he had other shit, but he was still pulling up.
I was collect calling. No, I was collect calling with it.
He had to call in on the block.
Yeah.
What did you think of it?
The people that watch us or fuck with us or go shop with Dub, like they really respect that we're outside and you can actually walk up on us. There's so many niggas that walked up on me like, man, Sharp, you a real nigga. Like, I can actually walk up on you, shake your hand. You ain't acting like a hoe ass nigga about a picture. You don't mind telling me, hey, shoot something through your DM. Like, if we got something we can collab with. They love that shit more than anything that they can interact with you. So I feel like, man, shit, I've been doing that in my life anyway. Niggas interacting. You know what I'm saying? So it was nothing new to me. Like,
Yeah. No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was saying a segue to what you was talking about. I went to jail 2 days before my first No Jumper interview. You remember that? And I tried to call you collect, but I was
So you had one
jail.
scheduled way in it before, but then that
Yeah.
never happened?
You don't remember I DM'd you like, bro, you want to do it over the phone? They not trying to give me no bill. I did. Check your DMs.
Shit. So
from
that
when
was
I first
years
went to
before the
jail.
one that you ended up doing.
Yeah,
Oh,
we were
okay.
scheduled for like Monday. I went to jail Saturday.
Wow.
Melrose will,
But
for us,
go ahead.
what Melrose does is too, it multiplies your clout. So like, let's say like inside the network, yes, you clouded up, you lieutenant soldier. But when you walk out, if a person's not familiar, you know what I mean, they don't know who you are. On Melrose, between that block 7665 and 7669, it's the same energy here, but actually to their face. You know what I mean? Like people out there, they guarantee if they're walking down that street, they know who you are. They probably only walked down there to see if you were there or if anybody was there.
But you also see people figuring out who you are over and over and over, because when they walk by, it's like it's very easy for them to tell who the focal points of the energy are, because the people who are just coming by form like little mini semicircles around people like us who kind of like are the people that they want to talk to or whatever. So then people will be walking by on the other side and spot the energy, and they see the security, and they see 5 million people smoking blunts, and they hear the music, and it's just something you're not used to seeing it, because it's like what you picture when you watch a movie from the 70s or the 80s and you see motherfuckers outside in Harlem just like posted up on the block just having a real vibe, which you don't like on Melrose. I don't think there's any other part of the block that consistently has that. Even if you were to go to Fairfax or La Brea or whatever,
It's gone.
you'll see a line to
Melrose.
buy some sneakers, but you're not going to see a crowd of people who are just kicking it for the sake of kicking it.
We
you know?
are Melrose.
there's so many sneaker stores on Melrose now. They even whooping them on that. Like
But
you
see,
can go across the street
they
with their
never-
shoes everywhere.
They've never had somebody that's really from the city, like really that been everywhere, from the rich rapper, serving rich rappers to tattooing gangbangers to fucking really just sliming shit out. Like Dub is like
Every
I done did
level.
it all. His name Dun. Like, you know what I mean? And now he got a brand in the city, and he was already reaching every part of the city. So now Melrose in the Fairfax district, where all hood people are accepted and not frowned upon while they walking over there. We don't think that you're walking up trying to rob us over there. We, you know what I mean? We hang with the, unfortunately.
A lot of niggas be
all
trying to be
all the
cool
robbers
guys
are
too.
partners. Like,
It just
you know what I mean?
separates. Like if you going on Melrose, you probably trying to be cool, or you probably got you trying to get an interview. You know what I mean? You trying to get your clothes off. You trying to sell your clothes. You trying to get something. You know, you're trying to promote something. You know what I mean? So that's what Melrose was brought up about. But you know, during
Or trying to
COVID,
just catch a
and
bitch
then
and
after
catch
all the
a
niggas
vibe.
getting booked, it stopped. You know what I mean? And I ain't gonna lie, for me myself, bro, I be having so much, I don't be there as much. So it's kind of good having, it's like when your cousin come in town, now you get to hang back out with your cousin. You know, that's how it is with No Jumper being there. Because at first, you know, I'm going to get the bag regardless. But I do get tired of motherfuckers just, you know, the negative that come with the positive.
Players, right?
But now it's so much positive, I can deal with the little bit of negative bullshit.
But it's crazy too, though, because it's like the No Jumper fan base probably skews a little bit whiter, non-hip hop fans also fuck with No Jumper and stuff, whereas like your shit is probably blacker as far as the overall fan base and is much more like hip hop centered, street centered, whatever. So you kind of like, it's a similar fan base, but it's a little different. So you definitely like, with us being side by side out there, it's just, you kind of are like hitting both sides of the, you know, male consumer market.
How I'm picturing it is like, now 2 heads is greater than 1. 2 companies is greater than 1. You know, we do these events, you know, we come together to make that shit bigger. You know what I mean? And it's like shit that y'all was thinking about, I don't think about. Shit that I know and can deal with, y'all don't know because, you know what I mean? So it's just like us coming together. And then y'all have like a big ass team, bro. Like I got employees, which is cool, but like y'all have like creatives. So it's kind of different because everybody's opinion actually matters. You know what I mean? And y'all trying to make everything go up. So it's just I can't wait to do more things. Like I was telling them, I'm doing a pop-up with Baby Tron. You know, let's see how we collab on that and go crazy.
That's gonna go
You know
crazy.
what I mean?
Yeah,
So like
Baby
everything,
Tron.
you know, we're brothers
IRL.
and we all homies, so it's fire. It's not like, oh, I'm trying to shine more than him or he try. It's like, no, like let's see how we can make this shit bigger. Because that's how I started. Adam used to do the interviews. He called me see if somebody wants some juice. I'll bring a t-shirt. Hey, I think this guy might be thirsty.
Because I kind of forgot, Thirsty Crips, I kind of forgot that when I first met you, you were wearing an awful lot of Cough Syrup shirts. So even in like 2016, you already had that shit going and was like pushing it hella hard, even way before like it really kind of rose to the level where nobody could ignore it, you know? And yeah, I don't know, like one crazy thing for us is just kind of like what exactly the content is going to look like. And so we did the IRL stream while we were out there for like 3 hours. We're having some mic issues, so the audio is a little bit spotty. But like that was kind of wild. Just like, are we going to be able to keep the IRL stream shit going? I feel like on the weekends, it's pretty smooth. On the weekdays, I don't necessarily know what people are like. That's one thing I'm super interested in. And it's a shame that this whole week, I literally don't have like any time that I can be in the fucking store. So I'm going to have to pull up on the weekend. But like, that's going to be interesting is like how much content are we able to make out of the week and how much, like what kind of content? Should we just vlog? Should we IRL stream? How many people are going to pull up throughout the week? Obviously, you have way more experience.
I feel that since No Jumper is like the kids do watch it when school lets out, we can definitely go IRL with the young dudes that's walking out and doing all type of fucked up shit, the taggers and the fucking skateboarder.
Maybe.
Like me, I'll go get involved.
I just haven't been there
Like,
during the
you
week
know, it's
enough to
little
really
taggers.
see like how
more
much
like
foot
East
traffic
Coast.
there is and what it actually looks like.
Squares, man.
Wait, what you say?
I said no. I was telling Brick Baby like over there on Fairfax, it's a lot of like not like that, but to us it's super squares.
Yeah, skateboarders
Yeah.
tag though.
Well, Fairfax
These
is
niggas getting picked up by their moms and shit like that now.
Yeah,
Like,
Fairfax
so,
is a
yeah.
straight
Nobody
food
walking
block
over?
now.
not really.
There's no drip on Fairfax anymore, right? There's like no real relevant streetwear
You
companies.
said a lot of
specific-
these companies, bro, took their little PPPs and just got on, or you know they couldn't survive during COVID. So a lot of them big brands that you remember used to be there, they left after COVID. Then after COVID, everybody was trying to survive. So you know people are just starting to open back up over there, but you know these major brands are just staying online.
But like Fairfax used to be all about Supreme.
Supreme's
and,
gone.
And I know, but then there would be all these other brands who are basically kind of like clout chasing off Supreme and just trying to get the customer.
Big Rip and Dip is
Hundreds.
gone.
Okay. We thought that we just lost what we just recorded, but apparently it's saved. So in the course of the last 15 minutes, I gave up on this episode, got mad, went in the other room. Then Josh convinced me to come back because he said we were going to be able to save the file. So let's just cross our fucking fingers. I'm going to need this parliament more than anything else I ever had in my whole life. What were you guys just talking about? Or what were we just talking about?
Can we get a playback? We were just talking about how weekly meetings help, like, shit. You feel me? I was telling them I have weekly meetings every week with my retail store in my warehouse, and it just lets me know what's coming up along the week so everybody can be on the same point and how we can actually capitalize off of everything that's going on so it's no, like, hidden things or whatever. And we just talk about, instead of talking about problems, we talk about solutions.
See, his mic is still fucked. Every time you touch it, it starts to
Is it
crackle.
just-
So maybe I
headphones?
should not touch the mic.
Is it your
trying to-
headphones?
No, it's
Because they
his
said
mic.
they were listening over there, and it's coming through.
Every time he grabs it, it stops working.
Awful lot of it.
But
Oh, here,
time
maybe
you
I'll
grab
see.
no,
if I-
the meeting thing is definitely important, and it's something that we kind of suck at. But I mean, I hear about like big companies like who like giant news companies who will have like a morning check-in where like the CEO of the company is like posted up on like a Zoom call with every single person who works there, and they have thousands of employees, and the CEO is giving like a crazy pep talk, telling everybody what they're working on, what the big goals are and stuff. And that's kind of like shocking. That's kind of hard to imagine. Like if you have 1,000
have to,
workers,
though. You have
think
to.
about what it's like having 10.
I got 25.
It's so you having 10, 20, whatever. It's still like kind of hard to keep everybody on the same page. Having 1,000, that must be fucking.
I think,
insane.
well, if it's 1,002, what I realize is probably like, with me, my shit on the smart level, I'm not talking to all the employees. The retail store, I'm talking to y'all managers and y'all assistant managers. The warehouse, I'm talking to my production manager and my designer. You know, between them two, I'm explaining to y'all what I want, and it's y'all job to execute it with the employees. You know what I mean? So, but I could picture him on Zoom call just talking into like the CFOs or something, and then the CFOs probably got their assistants listening, and then their employees listening, but he's really probably just pressing the big dog.
So you feel like if all else fails, you know who to go to. You don't have to go to thousands of employees. You know who you told.
It's not
this
their job.
information
It's
to.
your it's your job
Yeah.
because I'm
Facts.
telling you what I want.
Facts.
If it's a design,
It
I'm telling you
sums
the
up the
colors,
bullshit.
the size. If it's the store and I'm telling you for Halloween we want designs, I'm not on the employee for not making the store look Halloweenish. I'm on the manager. It's your job to make the store have a Halloween vibe.
But a lot of times when you have like a brand and you have a lot of people under you, it becomes a thing. It's like a game of telephone where you're telling the managers or whatever, the people who are more high up, and then they're instructing the people who are a little bit lower down. But then in some cases, it might be like, if Josh has the wrong idea about what I want, and then he's telling a team of 5 people, oh, this is what Adam wants, but he gets a detail wrong, or he doesn't necessarily have it exactly where I want it, you could waste a shitload of time because all those people are basically working on a project that you don't even want to happen. And I've had that happen, and that's kind of frustrating. So it's like, I mean, running like big groups of people is fucking insane. And I don't even know what it's like to run like real big groups of people because I can't imagine what it would be like to have like 100 employees. I think 100 is like the number where it becomes almost impossible to keep everybody on the same page and keep like, or not impossible, but it just starts to require different levels of efficiency and communication and programs in place in order to keep everybody kind of having a similar experience or being focused on the same goal, you know?
Yeah, in my experience, though, honestly, when just whatever number you got, if you have a manager that displays the wrong thing to the employees, then you kind of on the manager ass. It's the manager's fault. It's not the other way. And then on top of that, if you keep doing this as the manager, for one, maybe there's some disconnect, or for two, maybe you just need to get a better manager. Because I've had managers, and it seemed like everybody was upset. It was a shit show, shit coming up, stolen, missing. I paid more for a newer manager that's used to dealing with way more capacity than what I have, and I have no problems at all. So, you know what I mean? Like none. My retail store is self-sufficient. The manager runs it without nothing, and the only thing I have to do is supply the clothes and go to the weekly meetings. It's not always about you talking, it's about you listening too. You know, like listening to the problems and trying to figure out a solution. You know, like what's the problems? We have no bags. Let's get bags. Oh, these niggas is coming asking for free shit and they trying to call you. Okay, let's just have a code. You know what I mean? Oh, these people are their influencers. How do we know they're real? Let's start them off with a nice, you know, problems, you find the solution.
You got to decipher between a lot of real influencers and fake influencers.
That's worth actually giving out merch to and shit.
Man,
That's
that
a
shit
big
costs
part. 'Cause
money
a lot of
at the end of the
motherfuckers.
day.
Yeah. Because everybody, right, especially right now, we kind of like hired our standards because it's way more traffic of people that's saying I'm this and I'm that. You know, at first, let's say out of 10 people, 2 of them will be it. So out of them 2 on a Monday, okay, whoever's the highest followers for that day, you'll work with them. But now when it's like more 20 people coming and 10 out of 20, half of them people saying they're influencers, you know what I mean? Now it's like, okay, I can't give you nothing, but I can give you a discount.
But do people ask for free shit like that, like straight up? Because I feel like a lot of people don't want to ask for free stuff because they sort of see the whole operation, they see all the employees, they sort of realize like, oh, this is a big thing. Like I should probably support this.
I feel like people that do know that they have something to offer, and I'm never to turn that down. You know what I mean? Like most people that do, they probably think in their head, like I have something to offer or I'm trying to put it on a platform. So, you know, that's when it goes from like, I can't give you nothing free, but like you said, if you're a student, you get a
It
discount.
seems like all
You have a
your-
student discount?
Hey, it seems like all his employees know this list of people who they supposed to do something for, and somebody who they be like, no, you ain't know. Like they already know who come in. Like, oh, it's Sharp. They already know. Look out for me. Take care of me. Give me whatever I want. This is the price you'll pay for you being you.
But that's the thing. You can't always count on the employees to know.
The manager. It's the manager. If the employee don't know and it's not up to the employee, like right now, no, you ask the manager.
You always got a manager.
And then the
in
manager,
building.
yes, always a manager's approval. And the manager, sometimes the employee, somebody be there regularly shopping. They won't even say there's somebody. And the employee be like, you don't know who that is? That's such and such. She got like 3 million on winner.
Yeah. 'Cause
Okay, so you know what we're going to do? After she get done shopping, we're going to give her something on top of that. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to take away from the money or nothing, but I'm gonna let her finish shopping. When she get done, we're gonna say, hey, we really recognize who you are. We appreciate you shopping with us. We wanted to offer this to you just for coming by. Oh, thank you. Do you mind if we can get a picture?
We got this crazy dynamic too with the booth. So people are going to be able to come in and rap and then get their rapping reviewed on the end of the news.
Yeah, I was talking about that all week. That's one of the most fire things I ever seen in
crazy.
any store right now.
Yeah,
We
that's
just got to
crazy.
figure out how it's going to actually work because we don't have beats in there right now. So they can go in and record a little something. I don't know if they're going to, or like, are they going to be able to just use their own beats?
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Somebody send
We'll
beats.
be able to get beat submissions where we could clear them before they.
Or just bring your own beat
Because I
content.
But that's a whole process.
I
That's
got-
going to be
I
a
got
lot.
my own producers that got hot beats that won't mind.
Yeah, keeping a bank of beats available definitely will be helpful for because a lot of people seem like unbelievably excited about that. Because that's in my mind, it's like when people come to the No Jumper store, they either want to like check it out, support, and like just see what it's like, or they're trying to get noticed. They're trying to get some kind of attention. They're trying to get some kind of anything that'll help them get to the next level in their career. And we used to see it play out in crazy ass ways at the old shop where you would have a dude pull up with an amp and just plug in and start rapping across the street and shit, trying to get our attention. So for me, it's kind of like, all right, how do we make the store streamlined so we can kind of provide the shit that the customers want and try to make it a smooth experience?
Speaking
We need to
of
get
the-
some high profile rappers to come bless the booth too.
But before we really do that, I want to make sure that we have the quality and everything like super on point so that we're not having people come in and kind of waste their time and shit,
Speaking on the influencers and the people that could pop up, let's talk about the people that came through yesterday. Did we have a couple stars or
Punch
whatever?
Made Dev.
Oh yeah, my boy King.
T.I.'s kid.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
this
that
is
was
like
King.
a large percentage of them seem like they were just coming to the block in general, and then
Yeah.
they just are like
Seeing
realizing
it
like, oh,
cracking
there's
right
this
there.
whole shit going on here. Yeah.
Man. Punch Made Dev came. That
Yeah.
was
That was
very
interesting. Because he texts me. He's always a flake. And then he texts me. It's like, I'm on the way. I'm like, all right. And then he hits the corner 5 seconds later. I said, okay.
Yeah, because
Pull it
he
up.
hits me up acting like he
pulled up.
wants to book the interview and then just ghosts. And then I see him at the thing and I'm like, oh, he exists. But a lot of people thought that he was trying to catch Flacco.
But no, I don't even think he's trying to catch Flacco. He
No.
said that he just doesn't want to be trolled. He wants to be interviewed about him, and he doesn't want to
Yeah.
be trolled. He doesn't want to have anybody in the building that's with that
Possibly
negative
going to
energy.
be with some bullshit with him.
Right. Desto Dub really created an eyesore when he put Flacco in the purple and the green. With
Hey, Flacco was sweating, changing.
He looked
He
like
came
Burrow.
out. Somebody said, "Is that?" I tried to give him a paper towel, like it was like a workout, just putting
Took
on a
the
different
vlog,
pair
he
of
was
pants.
soaking through the little T-shirt he had on, bro. I had him come up on it closer, like, look at this nigga's back drenched in sweat.
Oh, wow.
And man, I'm talking about he was sweating the entire time. That's why I said I don't think it was the clothes or him changing. That nigga was nervous, bro. He don't be around people like that at that magnitude.
I don't think he was nervous. Flacco
Man,
just
don't
big,
ever-
man. I'll tell you.
But
It
he
just was a
moved-
lot of
listen,
effort for him to change clothes in that
listen,
booth,
we done
man.
watched this
Crazy.
nigga run in the parking lot against people, all types of shit. He moves around quite frequently, being a bigger guy like he is.
Knocking girls
I've
down.
never seen him sweat like he did yesterday, bro. Never.
Also, Realist K came through. That's Weekend's artist. I don't know if y'all seen him. He
Yeah,
at
that was
the,
cool.
The store.
And that's
DC
why
Two Trill.
Crazy.
DC
Yachty's
Trail
artist.
of the new concrete shit that Yachty's doing. Yeah, but that dude, Realist K, like once I tapped in, I'm like, oh, this dude's actually lit. But I wouldn't have necessarily, even me, I wouldn't have known who he was if it wasn't for One Track telling me who he was.
One Track out there going crazy. New host, no jumper.
Oh
going
yeah, I
on.
just met One Track.
One Track got the underground on lock, man. I also had Calvo pop up. We talked about Calvo in the Hyperpod Daily interview,
Mm.
and then he actually showed up. Heath invited him yesterday. He popped up too. I don't know. I think you missed him.
Oh,
But
yeah. I don't
Calvo
know.
popped up too. He got the underground going crazy right now.
It's just crazy when you're in there too, because you kind of are like rotating between being in the front, being in the store, being in the back area of the store, and then being in the actual outside back of the store. And I see Dub doing it too, where you're kind of like rotating between the different scenes that you're basically like available to be in, because it's different level. Like you don't want to be standing outside for 3 hours straight because shit just gets too hectic and too many people be pulling up and it just gets kind of out of control. So you got to take a break, go in the back, let it chill out a little bit, and then you can go back out. But even then, like as soon as we're outside, like me or Dub or you guys or whatever, it just starts heating up more and more and more and just keeps turning into more and more of a block party.
Yeah.
LB came out too, gave me
Shout
some-
out Young
I was
LB.
about to
Run
say-
spin?
I was
What
just
was
about
that?
to say that. Shout out to LB. He had the
Yeah.
back on
My
fire.
boy, DNA.
He had his own jokes up. King's Reserve pins. He had the jokes
Got
up.
this
He had
right
a little
here.
table. He had the 3.5.
Those, how are those things?
This is decent. I haven't hit it yet, but
They
he
got
says
a whole-
like 3.5.
They got a whole eighth in there.
Yeah.
The wax.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
gave me a shitload of those, and I feel like I might have left the bag at the office or at the store, so I might have to.
get it for you.
LB
retap.
said he want to come back up here, so we'll make it happen.
Yeah, I
He
fuck
wanna
with
let
bro.
you- He got a drop coming. He want to do another
Solid.
interview and shit. So.
Nah, he's a legend. Shout out Young LB. Okay, I feel like we've kind of covered the store and everything. Everybody stopped by on Melrose, but last night I managed to catch up a little bit on the new Trap Laura Ross video. And I actually I didn't have time to watch the whole 4.5 hour long video. So I sped up until I got to the part about Brick Baby because people had told me that there was a nice 20-minute chunk about the brick
About the bridge.
in the video. So before I offer my opinion, how do you feel? Did you see this?
Yeah, I saw it.
How do you feel about the way that you were presented in the new Trap Laura Ross video, which is called what, like America's Most Wanted Gangsters?
Oh wait, it was on America. Wait, I didn't.
So you haven't
that
seen it
one.
yet?
No. Oh
I ain't seen it
shit.
yet either.
I
ain't
saw
seen that
I
one
saw
yet either.
the
That's dope.
25-minute clip on the what was it, Vine? No, not Vine. What documentary was that? Or was he working on it and showed the clip? of
Yeah,
it?
he might have shown a little bit of it or talked about it a little bit before, but this is the
Yeah.
official thing. He's breaking down the whole saga. It's basically about Quando Rondo, and then it just goes from there and breaks down all the different shit that Quando Rondo has been involved in. And then he kind of gets into, is there a connection, or he shows evidence for what he believes might be a connection between certain people in LA and certain events. And I mean, if you haven't
Talk
seen
about
it
the
yet,
little pop of it.
for sure that is part of what they're talking about. But I don't even feel comfortable really like repeating a lot of the shit that he's kind of trying to imply. But I will say, you seem like a very nice guy to me. Trap Laura Ross may have a different impression of you.
Man, that's wild, bro.
That's crazy.
I can't believe you didn't see it yet. This shit got like probably
I'm
damn near a
definitely
million
about to check
views.
it out.
600,000 views or something.
No, because people were telling me about it. No, somebody stopped me and like, you seen Trap Lord Ross? I'm like, oh yeah, I already saw that. Because he was talking about me, I think, on the live stream for like 20 minutes also.
He's breaking down Brick Baby lyrics. He's taking Brick Baby interview clips, Brick Baby lives, breaking shit down.
Damn.
I can't believe I seen it and you didn't see it.
Jesus Christ.
He said some America's most want. Whoa, we don't want none of that. Church,
man,
fuck is
I'm
that?
definitely gonna tap in. Well,
What
I'll
the
have more
fuck?
to say about it on Tuesday, next Tuesday.
That's wild.
It's a
I
lot
thought we
going
were
on.
doubling up, but that's your birthday week, so I thought we were trying to get more in because we've been running out of time to talk about certain shit. These
Yeah.
conversations have been flowing.
Yeah, I don't know. I got the craziest. Like last week was crazy, and then having to work the whole weekend, and then I got this whole week jammed the fuck
Yeah,
up until the party on Friday and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
So I don't know. It's gonna be wild.
yeah. That's what I said later on after the birthday saga.
Yeah, we can get into the criminality of Brick Baby allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah. It's
So he
hard,
went in
man.
on you for 20 minutes.
Oh, straight cop time. If
Damn,
Adam says
bro.
he's uncomfortable talking about it, it's crazy.
The part I'm not really uncomfortable saying anything about what he was saying about you. Well, I'm not gonna repeat it, but the one thing that he shows that had me kind of like taken aback was he shows a certain big dog, OG of LA, and it shows him doing a live stream in which he might be talking about two things at once.
Yeah.
And that was a little bit like, oh, fuck, jaw dropped. Like, oh, if what you're saying, if the pieces that you're putting together here are true, that's crazy. But I don't want to say anything else about it. People know what I'm talking about if they've seen it. But it's,
Yeah.
Trap Lord Ross, he's working hard out here. I seen he did a live stream or a live podcast with academics out there in the UK as well. So
Yeah, they
He's doing his thing.
him and like a couple other YouTube influencers. they got
Chap
together.
Law Ross, fly me out, man. I want to talk to you.
you can go to England?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
He's in England.
You're fucking say something? Yeah, so that ain't on. His fucking mic is still fucked up. How are they not fixing this shit? Yeah, his shit ain't on.
I think that's how we had the problem the
What?
first time.
Yeah, I mean,
Yo.
Now I can kinda hear it.
Yo.
it's just like as soon as it moves into a certain position, it just stops working.
Yo.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yo.
Okay, we got it fixed. Remo, give me a topic.
So they threw Box Fest over the weekend.
Woo!
New York City. I don't know if y'all familiar with Box Fest, but it's like one of the hottest underground concerts. Like Rich and Mary be performing there. Summer's always there. Homicide Gang's there. So Summers was performing. No, Homicide Gang was performing. And while they were on stage, someone took a shot at Summers. Summers came to the Box Fest, but he didn't come with his entourage. And he said that he probably there with like one. I think he was there solo. That's what they saying. So somebody in Homicide Gang actually was talking shit about Summers while he was backstage. And Summers just came out there on timing and got into a scuffle with one of them on some one-on-one shit. And then the Homicide Gang packed him out, like 20 niggas and shit, jumped on him and shit, robbed him, took his jewelry and shit. They even took his joint. Like, nigga went
Yeah,
wild.
yeah, they had
fucking
his
stole his
spliff.
Joint, nigga.
They had a plate
they
with
had
all
a
his
house
jewelry and then a
joint, nigga.
spliff roach that
So
apparently
it got the underground in a fucking frenzy because now it's like they got the Houston dudes versus the Atlanta dudes. Homicide Gangs from Atlanta, and then Summers, him and his clique, Slay World, they from Houston and shit. So now they going back and forth. But the nigga, he's saying like y'all niggas should have did way more than just, you know what I'm saying? Like they took his jury, but he didn't really get beat up bad. He wasn't knocked out or anything. Desires is his brother. He kind of got on there saying that next time he see any of them niggas is up. And then Homicide Gang, allegedly, they canceled their show they had the next day. So I don't know. It's a lot going on in the underground right now.
So they ain't even do the show after all that.
The next day, they ain't do the show.
The promoters probably canceled.
Yeah, most likely.
Due to the drama and not wanting that type
For
of
sure.
stuff going on at their event.
it's just wild because we never really see any good drama in the underground. But apparently those days are over because this shit is kind of out of control. And you got to see people that's what's fucked up is that these artists are getting probably more publicity from this fight than they've ever gotten for their music. You know,
Homicide Gang. That shit sound familiar, Doug.
All right,
Was that
so
the
they
same
signed a
people
Yeah, we
in
just
the
did. We
store?
just did a pop up
I
at the
bought a
store.
sweatshirt for
Yep,
them.
I bought the jacket and the sweatshirt.
They got a sweatshirt.
So
like that.
Homicide Gang is Playboy Cardi's artist. It's Michi and Bino. And it was Problem Child too, but Problem Child he got booked
Yeah.
for like I think he facing like 5 bodies right now.
Like the name
Problem
sounded
Child
familiar.
is actually Big Bang stepchild.
Yeah, I know who
Yeah,
Problem
you know
Child
Problem
is.
Child was going
I know-
on.
I know
Yeah.
who
Yeah,
Problem
so-
Child is.
He from Atlanta and shit, and then the other dude, his name's Summers. He from Houston. He got his little
I'm not
camp out
wearing
there.
nothing with an X where the C supposed to be at. Shout out Homicide.
yeah.
Gang.
Why did they do that? Do we know?
That's only one reason.
Why?
Oh, they're Bloods.
There's no C there. It's an X. I mean, the C is whacked out. They're Bloods.
They are?
Yeah.
Dub.
I don't even know that. It
Like,
just
what the fuck?
makes sense.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
I seen they sweater in there
Even
like
if it's
Dub
not,
had them.
you spelt it wrong. And I'm
They
not
did like a
gonna-
pop-up inside Dub's store, and they was selling their clothes over there for a day.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I went
shout
through there
out
on
to
those.
Amazon.
You start
Gang.
seeing you see different
I-
demographics coming. You start seeing like the Rick Owen boots, the baggy stuff, the chrome hearts. You know what I mean?
That's what all they fan base was out there that day. Real
Oversized
gothic
Balenciaga
looking type of-
hoodies and
The
stuff like
opium
that.
swag. Y'all familiar with it? It's the
That's
niggas
an
that
awful
wear
lot of
all black.
opium.
Mm.
Yeah,
That's
but,
what the kids is on heavy nowadays. Like niggas is
Super
on the
heavy.
opium.
I seen it.
Opium drip,
But-
rocking
but-
all black.
all right, that's kind of the thing about when somebody gets jumped. Anytime somebody gets jumped, they always end up posting a selfie where they don't look beat up that bad. You know,
But that's the first day.
it doesn't change
gotta
that you got
do-
the shit
you
beat
gotta-
out you, right?
That shit
Now, you
swell
gotta
up.
post today. He got to post today because that eye gonna blacken up. All the stuff is gonna pop out while you sleep for sure.
And Jace is somebody, I don't know if y'all familiar with Jace. He in the underground too. He was mocking Summers. Cause Summers and Jace got into an altercation a long time ago where Jace allegedly snitched on Summers and shit. So they've been trolling Summers for like, I mean, they've been trolling Jace for like the last year. Like he got a kid, they be making fun of his kid, they be calling him a snitch and all type of shit. So he
How
got
they
his
make fun
get-
of the kid?
what
He
Give me
got
some
his
di-
get back.
What are you gonna say about the kid?
I don't know, but
Your daddy's a
It's a
snitch.
snitch.
yeah, shit like
Yeah,
that.
that
But he
is
got his
snitch,
get back
yeah.
seeing them get jumped, seeing Summers get jumped. So he been on their ass too. And you know what I'm saying? He been trolling the fuck out Summers and shit. He said he said Summers deserved it though. Because he
So-
said
But doesn't Gunna have all those lyrics from
He
back in the
didn't
day
do it.
where he's talking about homicide, killers in the cut type shit? Like isn't like, to what extent is Homicide Gang like a real gang? And what is the difference between the musical group that is apparently
so
only a couple
Homicide
people?
Gang is they beef with Ola Runt.
Right.
And the henchman from Atlanta and shit. So they be having their shit going. RPP5, he was in Homicide Gang. He got killed and shit. So like, if you know what's going on, they got their shit going on. But they signed to Playboy Cardi, and Playboy Cardi got a song where he was like dissing Ola Runt and them. And, like it's like a big famous song. Damn, what's it? It's
Yeah, I seen that
but
shit.
yeah, everybody was talking about.
But
that.
do you know about
Long
that?
live Baby Sosa, man.
So
You
there's
know about
niggas in
this?
there that's
Yeah,
actually.
yeah,
But you're an
yeah.
Atlanta guy.
Yeah, I know about it. I the henchman is all my people. So shout out. You know what I mean? Long live, you know what I mean, my young nigga, man. I ain't gonna say it again. Young live Sosa. That's why they always put do it for Sosa and they shit.
Yeah, Sosa. Yeah.
Shout out Villa Sosa too. Sosa Pops.
Damn. Well,
It's crazy.
prayers up for the underground because they need some hype. They need a viral storyline, and it would appear this is what they get.
You
this is
hit
what
the
they got.
Lil one.
Who?
You know Lil one. He 4L.
Nah.
He be yeah.
All right, for sure.
Yeah. Shout out Lil one too. They all a part of that.
But
little
Sosa, he went.
shit that's
Sosa
going
with
on.
Homicide.
Sosa was.
Sosa was with Homicide, wasn't it? Wasn't Sosa a part of Homicide?
I thought Sosa was with the henchmen.
Oh, never mind. All right, you on some shit then.
I don't know.
Sosa
we'll
was
figure it
Ola
out.
Runt homie. But
I
yeah,
don't
either
wanna-
way it
I don't
go.
want to fuck it
So
up.
what Adam's
It's on
saying
some
is
East
it's a
Side
lot
shit.
of it's shit behind the scenes if niggas know they know.
Yeah.
But how did they turn this into like people actually listening to the music? They need to start dropping diss tracks back and forth if they really want to tie in the drama and the music, right?
People like listening to niggas that can back their shit up.
Mm.
Like it's like, oh, who did what? Let me go listen to a song.
Let me go
It
listen
hit,
to
it
his
hit different.
music.
I fought with Homicide Gang music though. They basically taking street shit over like Cardi beats and shit. So they got a wave going. Like if Cardi and them concerts is going crazy and he be bringing them out. They got songs with Ken Carson and all type of shit. So I think they got their wave. It's just like a lot of the older crowd ain't listening to it. So now everybody getting hip to it. And I feel like with this fight, it's actually like a good introduction for everybody. You know, we talking about it right now. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
they
saying?
shut down. They had a cool little come out for this shit
Yeah,
on
like they
Melrose.
probably even Ken Carson or Destroy Lonely when he was on. You see how he shut it down? Like so, they got a movement for real. The opium movement is going crazy out here. Like these kids love that shit.
They was out there buying them damn sweatshirts. I ain't gonna lie. The
was pretty
t-shirts
hard.
from Homicide Gang, they was buying them up. And like he said,
But it was like
all
dark
them
shit. It was just
dark-
like
they were real
pictures
yeah,
of
real
like
dark people.
dark shit.
You know what I'm saying? They're just all standing in groups.
Had you knew that, would you have made it more of a gothic type oversized?
Oh no, I didn't make it. This was them just selling their merch.
They was just
Yeah,
selling
at
their
your
merch
store?
out in the store that day. Yeah, they was in the store.
Yeah.
Like they have it to.
Yeah, it was oversized. It was,
So I
yeah,
went and
they-
grabbed
it was
one
just-
thinking it was like some shit Dub had just made, right? And Dub was like, that shit don't got nothing to do with me. He was like, that's all them. So you're gonna have to pay for it full price. He's like,
It was
that's the
like
only thing.
they do it. All this shit was got to like the oversized sweaters,
Yeah.
you know, the shit that they like, but it was just their merchandise.
What about those pants with this? It's all wrinkled up at the bottom. What do they call it? Stacked jeans.
Stack
Yeah.
games, yeah.
That's the wave, huh?
It's kind of
It's kind of over.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's like they going
Like,
oversized
now-
now, like super oversized. Like it's the baggy shit now. If you really
It
pay attention.
depends on what crowd you in.
But like when we saying like the
Yeah,
younger ones that's
yeah.
going up, like because
they
everything
going
is moving
super
towards
big.
the opium
Yeah,
type shit. You feel me? So you gonna see even when you look, you see Wiz, he wearing fucking boots and oversized. You know,
Yeah.
like that Balenciaga dark shit,
Yeah.
Rick Owens. That's what everything is going. You know what I mean? Like in a minute, you're
They
gonna
back
have to like dress like that in one of your
They
outfits.
back
It's
to
a
wearing
style.
jeans that we were wearing in like 2002 and 3 and 4. Like
Mhm.
those big.
But-
I was wearing a size 4.
Somebody told me,
back
yeah,
then.
somebody like, they was like, yeah, you know, it's really boots now. You don't wear like tennis shoes. Is really boots, and I'm like, hell no, bro. I got
Yeah.
too many tennis shoes. What the
I
fuck?
was
But then you
curious.
start looking as
You
you
got
start
some
looking
boots.
at everybody wearing and what they doing. It really is boots.
Yeah.
Like if you look at like the people that are supposedly the stylists and the stylers or whatever, you're gonna see Rick Owens. You're gonna see these moon boots. You're
know.
gonna see these.
I
You're
know
gonna,
who
I know
was
they
selling
feet
a
feel
lot.
crazy at the end of the
I
day.
know who was selling a lot of merch this weekend. Fucking at that Flog Gnaw, that nigga Tyler the Creator. I heard nigga they was wrapped. There was like 3 big ass stores, and they were wrapped all the way back into the event, and it stayed like that.
Damn.
yeah, he killing
Yeah,
it.
they said like it was cracking. Then they said then there was like a floor of just a whole bunch of other vendors and like pop ups.
All right, but here's my question, Dub, is there are certain fashion trends and like a certain age where maybe you reached the point where you just don't necessarily feel like certain fashion trends were made for you.
Mm.
For me, when I see the stacked jeans and the crazy Rick Owens looking ass boots with the giant thick heels and people trying to look like cyber goth astronauts and shit like that, I'm just kind of like, well, I'm 40 and I'm white. And realistically, I probably just do not need to dip my toe into this shit. I'm going to end up looking goofy as
bust no
fuck,
product
trying to look
boots.
like a 16-year-old underground rapper. Do you feel like that's a risk for you? Or do you feel like you're still youthful enough that you can rock everything?
I feel like with me, it's not about the usefulness. I feel like I'm in the field, you know? It's like, yes, you're not in the Army no more. You're not going to wear the Army gear. The Army be in fashion. You know, I'm still dead in this fucking war. You know what I mean? So I still got to wear what the combat soldiers are wearing. And then even if I don't wear it, I need to know it. But the more I wear it, you know, I mix it with my stuff and then it elevates my brand. So like for you, you don't need to wear it. It's not doing anything for you. You cool like that. For me, it's helping me sell more clothes and it's giving me a connection to a younger audience that want to buy my stuff. On top of that, I got to know what the fuck is cracking so I can keep my brand up to date. Now, is it going to get a point where I'm not designing and doing it for the brand? Maybe not, but when it does, that's when I'm gonna stop dressing as what the styles is. But I have to keep up with the styles. I did that before where I didn't wear the shit and I made that disconnect and I thought shit was fire that wasn't fire. I wasn't making money. I need to know what's fire firsthand. So I'm always, and then the other thing too, I don't dress like this all the time. I'm probably like you. I'm in fucking Lululemon and Aloe all fucking day. Well, not that, but I'm in workout clothes. But when I get in front of these cameras, when I do fashion shows, when I go to New York Fashion Week, when I do interviews, I'm going to display my clothes with the most up-to-date fashion that's out.
I respect it.
It's 12 o'clock, so at this time, your reality show, the episode 1 just dropped, right?
Oh my God, I can't believe that it's actually
yeah, I
out.
definitely wanted to talk about
I wonder
that,
how it's
man.
doing. Oh my God, we finally finished actually filming it. So yeah, it's officially happened. The For the Love of Lena episode 1 is actually out and going crazy on YouTube. And some people are very, very upset about it. Some people are very, very excited about it. I wonder how many people we got viewing it right
The
now.
quality and production of it is on point, though. I seen the first episode. That shit look good as a motherfucker.
yeah.
I'm like, all right, I did y'all shit with that.
I think you need to clarify with a lot of people, the man will not be fucking you.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people think that you're looking for a guy to fuck you and Lena.
It's called For the Love of Lena, not For the Love of Adam's Asshole. So for the record.
Please stop asking me if Adam's bi, please.
I told Adam wasn't ready for that
Yeah.
yesterday. I told him my DMs were
Fuck.
flooded with "Is Adam by?" Cause
Bro,
That's what they was thinking.
I seen like my team came up with a list of
Sydney
questions.
Star and then the that coming up.
Come on, bro.
Sydney Star.
Hey, Adam.
Sydney Star, that's my home girl, man. We just fucking around.
Yeah, 550.
Don't say that because it sounded like y'all was fucking around.
My home
Just say we were
girl.
joking on camera. It
Listen.
didn't happen.
Listen,
You was just
did,
trolling him.
no, did she follow you?
Sydney
to
Star?
office?
Oh, no.
Y'all
Did that
stopped
actually
before y'all
happen?
got to the door.
I've been meaning to ask you. Did that actually happen, bro? Did you do that?
Did you
For the record,
stop?
Okay, so at the end of the Sydney Star
You
interview,
said, let's go, bitch.
I said, let's go, bitch. Come on.
I was
And
like, oh, whoa.
I was like, I got to find out what that mouth's about. No, but then, like, we kind of just, like, I just awkwardly stopped right after the cameras. And then she kind of came over and, like, stood next to me. And I'm, like, thinking in my head, like, this is awkward. Like, maybe I should actually get the mouth. No, but I was just like, you know, oh, this is kind of fucking weird. Like, I made the joke, but is she going to be on board with the joke? Is she going to know that I'm joking? I don't know. Yeah, but no, Sydney Star didn't happen. But the reality show for The Love of Lena, episode 1 is out now. And episode 2 is going to drop next Monday. And we got 4 episodes total. And at the end of the whole fucking thing, people are going to get to figure out who the winner was. And this is definitely probably, like, I've never invested in a high-end production like this. Like, literally a team of 20 people all around us at all times filming everything that we were doing and just finding ways to really, like, make content that wouldn't have existed otherwise. It was a crazy experience because so much of the content that we make is basically based around having to do as little as possible. Like do a podcast, you just sit down with somebody else and you record. There's no pre-planning, there's no production, there's nobody running it besides just one person sitting behind the computer, whatever. And this was just like so crazy to be trapped in this fucking mansion for 12 hours a day, just having to fucking just do shit on command. And then they want to do confessionals with you. So you got to just at a random point go in a room and just sit in front of the camera for a fucking hour and a half where they just ask you everything. It was wild.
Those 4 episodes, how long did it take to produce them all?
I'm not going to say exactly how many days we were on set
You're saying
because
12-hour days, like
12-hour days. But I don't want people to, like, you know, it's like a lot of reality shows kind of seem like they took a long time to film and then they, in actuality, were not that many days to film. So I'm gonna leave it kind of up in the air. But I mean, it's just been crazy as shit to see people running with it. Like, people took the overall concept of it and changed the title to Adam 22 is doing a reality show to find out who the next dude to bang his wife will be. And they, like, take the part of it being a threesome with me, they take that out, so it looks like I'm just straight up, like, auctioning my girl off, which is pretty fucking funny to me. But that's been wild just seeing the shit that people are running with.
Was it fun filming it, though? Like,
it was fun, but it was also just kind of taxing. You're in there from, like, 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. just straight up just fucking filming the whole time. And it's like, by the end of it, you know, like, all the dudes are just so high. They're just smoking so much fucking weed outside and we drinking and shit. And it's like, by the end of it, it's just kind of a shit show. It's like hard to hold the whole thing together.
Let's
I don't know
start
if I'm
there.
supposed to be saying this, but while we was at French Montana party,
Yeah.
the fucking Zeus Network dude popped up with like 6 to 8 security dudes. So it was somebody, and then he stopped Adam and he talked about the show. He was saying that I don't know, maybe season 2.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been getting a lot of emails from people who work in reality TV and shit, trying to, like, basically figure out if we could do another season with them for TV or whatever. My thing is, I just don't really see, like, the value in it, because what are we trying to do? If we want to promote the OnlyFans scene, we're just basically trying to get eyeballs on it. That was the whole point of the reality show, is like, let's just have as many people as possible get eyeballs on this so that they'll want to go to the OnlyFans to sign up and shit. So when I think about just getting as many eyeballs as possible, if you're going to do a TV show, what happens is, like, they pay you, but then ultimately not as many people are going to see it. Now, like, Zeus has a big audience and shit, and people sign up to Zeus to see this shit. But I don't know. Like, for me, I look at more of it from, like, a Mr. Beast perspective of, like, I'm more interested in growth and just getting eyeballs on it rather than, you know, just trying to, like, make short-term cash off of it by putting it on a TV network or some shit.
But
So-
don't you drive the traffic to the OnlyFans after, right? Because that's where they're going to have to go to get the final product.
Yeah, but would Zeus want to go into that sort of line of work where they're, like, helping me promote some shit like that? Like, I don't
You're
know.
already in position to do it yourself.
Yeah, I'm
You know
already
what
in
I'm
position to
saying?
do it myself. That's what I'm saying.
If you listen to what he's saying, he's just trying to say it nicely. Like,
Shout
hey,
out
I'm
to
kinda
Lemmy,
in position
too.
to do it myself.
Yeah.
I don't really
Hey,
need
no.
that, but
Yeah.
it's nice to know.
Adam funny, bro. So look,
Lemmy
French party that we
always
went
had
to,
12 security guards.
they had a Coke Boys runway show where we were displaying the new line from Coke Boys. I'm the creative director of Coke Boys. So I got probably 6 guy models, 3 women models. So I get the guy models, we shooting them, we taking pictures. You know, I think it's right before the runway show is about to go on. Adam knows one of the models.
Yeah, my porn homie, Jay.
Oh yeah, I see. Yeah, he did.
You out here hiring my porn homies.
No,
You didn't even know they did porn.
at all, bro. It was so crazy because he's like trying to be like a cool, like, no, Adam, chill. I'm like, bro, you'll probably like, and Adam's actually like, would you fuck or something or something? And he's like, but he's like, it's work. No, like he's trying to not talk about the fact that nigga, you do porn.
Yeah.
You know, we've been dressing you, getting you ready. I'm all this, and you never mentioned once that you do porn.
I think he was talking to Tiffany Haddish. Wasn't they having a conversation?
No, Adam was. He was like, "This is my guy. He's a porn star." He's like,
Yeah, because all right, then he ends up in like an argument with Tiffany Haddish about if she could handle him or not, and I'm just like, well, where the fuck did this come from? This is crazy that I just like accidentally facilitated this conversation, but not like because he's a fucking gang member from Nebraska, and he doesn't necessarily like he does porn just because he's like naturally like talented at it, I guess, but like he don't really want to be seen as like just a porn star, you know, because he has opportunities to do the modeling thing or whatever. So I don't know. It's kind of like a weird position for him to be in, where like people put him into a certain category because of the porn shit, even though he has all kind of life experience that might be different, right?
yeah, but that's just how it is. You know what I mean?
Nebraska gangbanger porn star. That's-
Model too.
I think you
He just let
That's
the world
crazy.
know he
Wow.
was a gang member too.
he makes
that's
it very
crazy.
clear. All he ever says is
real.
whoop. But he
Crazy.
whoop constantly. But so I don't think he's not going to be.
Tiffany Haddish
upset
said
about
she
it.
want to be unplugged, so you want to take her up on it?
You might have to find her a good wig, but yeah, I'm down. Nah, she like I'm hanging out with like Amber Rose at the party and Jason Lee and shit, and Tiffany Haddish is there, and she's just looking at me, and she's just like, "So why you ain't invite me on your show?" And I'm just like, I don't know, I just kind of assume you don't fuck with white people. She's just like, just fucking spends like a long ass time just like letting me know how much she fucks with white people, but she actually said something scary. She goes, if you interview me and you go crazy on me, I'm going to go crazy on you right back. And I'm like, oh, that's actually a pretty good threat, because that's going to totally be the kind of thing that would make me not want to ask her crazy ass questions, because who knows what the fuck she's going to say to me. But that was weird, that, like, because Laura told me that she's reached out to her team trying to lock the interview in, you know? And then you like see somebody at the party and she's just like acting like she's all about it. And then I'm realizing like there's a disconnect between maybe her team is turning down interviews that meanwhile she would actually want to do. And that's sort of like a weird thing with a lot of celebrities, really.
I hate that.
Sometimes
I
you
hate
gotta
that. I hate
leave
when
it-
an artist wants something and then the team don't want it to get
Yeah,
done.
sometimes you gotta just get straight to the team. I
That's
mean, to
straight-
the artist.
Yeah.
That's why it benefits you to actually be out in public and shit, because you can actually have those conversations in real life and be able to kind of skip past the team. But I remember very well her putting her number in my phone, and then the next day I was trying to find it, and I absolutely could not find it. So I got to fucking figure out another way to get to her, because I DM'd her and she didn't see it or didn't respond or whatever. But Tiffany Haddish interview potentially coming soon. I'm trying to think if I actually met anybody that
She's gonna turn up.
that I'm going to interview.
She's gonna turn the fuck up.
Tiffany.
Kyle Massey did say that the Crip Max shit might be a possibility. Ran into him up there too.
Kyle Messi. Yeah, that's my boy. We got the same publicist. Shout out, Kathy.
Nah, yeah.
That's what I love.
Oh, that was his girl that was with him? I thought that was his shit. I'm like, Kyle Massey have him.
Nah, that's my publicist.
Word.
Yeah, and speaking of, when your money's on the line, choose a trusted sports book that gives you the tools to win, like MyBookie. At MyBookie, it doesn't matter if your team is up or down. You can easily cash out or bet the game live to come out on the winning side. Use MyBookie for daily boosts, same game parlays, and take advantage of huge prize pool contests. Plus, MyBookie has no strings attached cash bonuses that lets you deposit and withdraw quick. Just use the promo code NOJUMPER on your first deposit and receive up to $200 in cash. That's NOJUMPER to claim your own cash bonus now. Try the MyBookie money bag to grab a potential Super Bowl frontrunner at long shot odds. Plus 38,000 on the Eagles and the Chiefs. You won't find odds like that anywhere else. Bet anything anytime, anywhere, only with my bookie. How was that? You like my
You
pauses?
did it extra though. You know you did.
I waited exactly long enough to see that you noticed.
I was like, bro, he's doing it. He's fucking doing it, man.
Oh,
What's up
man.
with that boy Rollo out now, huh?
Rollo is out, huh?
Seen him
And he
over there.
came out. I don't know if he was dissing, but he was like, he ain't never fucking with CMG. That's a bold
Yeah.
statement to make on your first day out, right?
Well, he said he would never
Well-
sign to CMG,
He
which
said
I don't
no
know that option
disrespect.
was the opportunity really on the table for him in the first place. I'm
That's
not sure.
just a jab. But to be fair, him and Moneybagg Yo he been taking shots at Moneybagg Yo like 5 years ago before.
Really?
Yeah. So like,
So now it's just amplified.
he just amplified it. So back in the day, he was supposed to do he was supposed to have a club appearance, or he was actually him and Moneybagg Yo got booked on the same lineup.
Mm.
But apparently Rollo made a post or he made a video saying that Moneybagg Yo didn't want him to perform.
Mm.
So he kind of like he made a whole Moneybagg Yo diss song saying that Moneybagg Yo was scared to have him at the same venue he was at. So he kind of like he was dissing Black Youngster too back in the day. So like him and Dolph been locked in. So but I ain't expect him to come out just to say that.
But Moneybagg Yo and Dolph was cool.
They were
Until they're- until-
cool-ish. They
Yeah.
never had anything to do with each other
Yeah,
once
yeah,
Moneybagg
yeah.
Yo got with CMG. But my main thing about
but
it,
they weren't beefing.
they weren't. Yeah, like, but there's a bunch of examples of people like that who clearly are, with CMG. Never said anything about Dolph, but at the same time, they never fucked with Dolph or Key Glock or whatever. But my main thing is like $25K for a Rollo interview. Who's gonna pay that? I'm gonna be real. I don't think anybody, because I would imagine that like Vlad is probably the number one spender when it comes to interviews. Like he's probably the person who's most down to cut somebody a check of a sizable amount in order to like, get a high profile interview. And I don't know that Vlad is going to be spending $25K on Rollo. In fact, I don't think he at all would. Now, if we go lower, $5K for sure, maybe even $10K.
Yeah.
$25K ain't happening. So I'm wondering who. But then again, that's like his number that he's putting out there into the air the same way. Remember, Reese said he needed what, $1 million for a fucking Vlad interview? Lil Reese said that. I mean, he ended up doing a Vlad interview, and I definitely know for a fact he didn't pay him no fucking $1 million. So
Where
I don't
niggas be getting their info from to like what they should charge? Like $1 million, that's a reach. That's a ticket, bro. That
Yeah,
is
that's
the
not happening.
ticket.
To put it in perspective, Vlad told me he would pay $1 million for an O.J. Simpson interview where he talked about killing Nicole.
That's definitely worth $1 million.
It's worth $1 million.
Oh, he really trying to put niggas in jail.
That's worth $1 million.
Okay, but I still don't think
That's worth it.
if I had a 3-hour incredible O.J. Simpson interview where he talked about all this shit, I could never make $1 million off it. Could you clear 6 figures? Yeah, probably. But that's a lot. That's like saying a fucking lot. So
How long
That's
though?
That you
groundbreaking.
get from after it, maybe he's looking
That's
at it as
gonna
like
be
a
groundbreaking.
that's gonna hit all the fucking
That's gonna be
news outlets
groundbreaking.
after that.
it's big. But all right, I'm gonna put it in perspective for you like
Oh
this.
yeah, you right. You right.
Britney Spears just put a book out.
Yeah.
And she had a lot of, sort of viral headlines and stuff. Jada Pinkett Smith just put a book out. Both of those books have sold like okay. Like I think Jada Pinkett sold like 30,000 copies, and like Britney Spears sold like 100,000 copies. But what happens as soon as the book comes out? People start finding the viral excerpts, and like the little things that are supposed to be the reason why you buy the book become tweets and become Instagram posts. So Britney Spears had an abortion with what's his name, Justin Timberlake back in the day, I think it was.
Read it anymore.
And it's like, yeah, like, so that becomes like a tweet where it's like they quote the part of the book, and 1 million fucking people will read the story from just looking at the tweet, and then nobody's going to buy the book. We live in the clip age. So it's like, and that works for books and everything too. So it's like, if I have a fucking dope ass OJ Simpson interview, and the first clip is him talking about how he killed her, maybe it gets 1 million views on my platform. Maybe it gets 2 million views, but like, very quickly, it's going to become a TikTok. It's going to become a tweet. It's going to become everything under the sun besides
Strike.
people going to my account to watch it. Now, people will
It's gonna
go.
make the worldly news.
Yeah,
You gotta
totally.
involve that as well.
The question is like, what percentage of those people actually end up going and fucking like watching your YouTube video? Because Vlad had that problem with Gloria Valdez having the viral conversation with like Cisco or some shit, and he didn't see like any real significant boost on his content. even though it made
That shit's
TMZ
going
and
to
all these other
CNN
platforms.
That shit's going to CNN for at least a couple weeks.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I feel like
But is it really when we all already know he did it?
I think what it does is it makes a bigger audience. It like you like okay.
No, he did not.
In theory, and if you're a brand new platform, then the growth of the audience matters a lot. But if you're Vlad and you already have 6 million subscribers,
So you you don't think that Keefe D shit made Vlad more?
Hell yeah.
it's good and it definitely gets Vlad's shit out there. But I'm just saying that, like, if you're a brand new platform and you might have to spend a shitload of money on some exclusive ass interview so that you can like get more fans. But with No Jumper or Vlad, it's like you kind of already feel like you maybe have reached the maximum amount of people who are going to watch your content, at least in the short term. No, trust me.
Keefe D did not get 1 million either.
No.
And I could go to those Keefe D interviews, and I'm sure we could take a look at like how many more views they got as a result of the whole thing. And I'm sure you got a boost, but it's not going to be like, oh, you made $10,000 or $20,000 extra today because of that Keefe D shit. You might get a little boost, but it's not going to be some OD boost.
But it's not about like always the money. It's about like making your brand even stronger. You know what I mean? So when he did that, he made himself more of a notable source of music. So he probably didn't make more money, or it probably didn't bring more people views. But what it did was now when Vlad puts something out, they're notable for like any. First of all, he's in history now.
Yeah.
And second of all, it probably didn't make him no more money, but now it makes more of a foundation for a network that's stronger.
And
you know what I'm saying? Like I know because a lot of stuff that I put out, it might not make me money in my pockets, but what it is gonna do is probably make sure I make some money later on. It's gonna put me on somebody else's page that's looking at me now. So I know like now he probably got like MBS NBC wanting to come and do an interview with you. That didn't make you money, but it made you a bigger figure as Vlad.
No, because Vlad went on Piers Morgan, he went on the Breakfast Club. Like he did get a shitload of important, credible coverage as a result.
That's worth it.
Sometimes, though. But, like, if you have to spend $1 million on an O.J. Simpson interview, you are never going to get $1 million worth of subscribers or attention or whatever. Like,
what is $1 million? What do you spend $1 million on normally? If you like, you know what I mean? Like, I think about that the same thing. If I spent $5,000 on going to a strip club, I have no problem spending $5,000 on an interview. If I spent $1 million last year on whatever my habit was, I'm looking out. I'll spend that $1 million on an interview that's going to make this stronger. It's going to make these news stations want me more. It's going to make everybody ask me, how did I get it? And now more people are going to sign up to do interviews.
But are we forgetting that this is a man that was acquitted of all these charges? So to get like a confession, to get that confession is what's going to really turn the mold, because
might not turn into instant money, but it turns into other stuff.
Like people wanted to see him go to jail, bro. This was history. Like, man, them lawyers got fame from that shit. You know what I'm saying? So everybody had touched that case.
He's very old. So
he cracks the
I used to be like that when I used to see Nike go and make this big ass go to Nike or go to some event and do this big ass installation, and I'll look and I'll be right across and I'm like, I'm making more money than Nike, but they spent more money on the installation because they're advertising, they're branding, they're putting their shit way more spots. So they're not worried about the money that's coming back. They're low-key planting the seed for later.
Right, but you can't take that logic and be like, well, attention is good, so it's okay to spend any amount of money in order to get some attention, because it's like $1 million on an OJ interview. Yes, it's going to get you a bunch of attention, but is it going to get you enough to even come close to justifying the amount of money that you just spent on it? Now, apparently Vlad thinks it was, and he knows his own business better than me, so maybe it would for him. I just am kind of skeptical of certain one. But I'll give you an example. Is that I used to know this dude who basically was in charge of fucking DC shoes back 10 plus years ago when DC was still kind of relevant. And they had like a huge store in Venice Beach, and we driving by, and I'm kind of like talking to him, and I'm just like, so how does this make sense? Like, how much is the rent on that shit? He's like, 100 grand a month, 50 grand a month, whatever it was. I'm like, holy fuck, how the hell is it that much? I'm like, so you guys can really sell enough clothes out of there to justify it? He goes, of course not. He's like, this place will lose money every single day for the rest of its existence, but we got a huge DC store on the middle of a very, very influential block, like a very, a place where people go when they think about fashion and they think about clothes and stuff. So this is like very beneficial to us in the same sense that you would buy a billboard. Nobody can walk up to the billboard and buy some shit, but people spend good money on billboards.
I think in a business sense is, let's say whatever money that you're making, a percentage of it is supposed to go to advertisement.
Yeah.
If you're making $10 million a year, you're supposed to spend $1 million on advertisement. He wants to spend that $1 million on one person. That's his advertisement budget. That's what I do. A percentage of whatever I make yearly, I have a budget to spend on advertisement because that's like the business rule.
Yeah, that's real. You got any
You
other?
see what
What you got?
So Birdman over the weekend he posted a picture what appeared to be Drewski's chain, and then I think a few hours later the TMZ video dropped where it looked like Drewski got ran down on. I don't know if it's real, if it's a
It's
skit.
definitely not real. So
Well,
let's not even
not real.
entertain that. It is fake. The interesting thing about it, the crazy thing about it, is just the fact that they got Birdman. Well, it's crazy that Birdman decided was down to do something fake, but they got TMZ in on it, which is crazy because you either tricked TMZ or TMZ is down for something fake like this, which you've never seen before. To them, like if you have TMZ break the fucking news, then you're golden because TMZ normally doesn't publish skits.
Yeah.
But apparently they're in that business now too because but to me there's got to be like a money play at the end of this or something that makes sense for them in terms of like where this is going. And I feel like it's going to be a tour, a podcast. Like Drewski and Birdman are probably just about to be buddy woody, like doing tons of content together or something.
Birdman been on Clubhouse, man. He just been trying to get involved, man.
Yeah.
Is that his name in motion?
Yeah, you got
He been getting motion for sure.
It's a new wave.
Yeah. You just thought that like Birdman was comfortable enough just having a shitload of money and just being posted up and just
Let's
bringing
be
in
real.
checks every month.
It's
But
all a play. Like he's been known that Drewski been like, kind of, standing behind that same type of look, you know what I'm saying, of where he's from and the same type of outlook. So, I mean, shit, come on, bro. That nigga Birdman want in on that. Like, let me get some of that, bro. Hold on.
And
He
Drake
kind of
and
is
Drewski-
using my shit.
I feel like Drewski probably had to do a lot to convince Birdman that this was an acceptable idea.
Plus Drake and Drewski
I
are
think
like
Birdman
locked in,
wanted
so
to
maybe
hop
Drake
in.
probably had something to do with it too.
Maybe. But I mean, it's wild that we live in this age where some of the most legendary gangsters of all
We
time
live in an
are
age where
down.
having just money's boring.
Yeah.
Nigga want to
Yeah.
be in the mix. You know what I'm saying? Like, they want to, I want to get some shine. Like,
But
fuck
is it being in the mix
Yeah.
or is it because after a while, if you don't be in the mix, then your brand and shit,
You're
niggas just stop.
irrelevant.
You start
Yeah,
becoming
that's what I
irrelevant.
said.
So
So he
you
gotta
have
be-
to do this shit,
yeah.
especially if he plan on keep signing new artists and shit.
Yeah.
After a while, Birdman name and
I don't
Cash
think
Money
the number
ain't
one
gonna mean
stunner.
shit to these
Bro, I
18-year-olds
don't
that
think
ain't.
Birdman will ever hurt in his life, bro.
Hell
For the
no.
rest, he'll never hurt, my nigga.
But it's not
if that
about
shit
hurting
fell
him.
off. But I'm just saying, if it did fall off tomorrow, he'd be okay. Like
Yeah.
nothing's.
He about to pay Drewski shit. What are you
We never
talking
know
about?
what it was.
I think they're just working together.
Yeah,
For
yeah,
real, I do
yeah.
too. I think it's just a simple play, man.
But
But
what
from
I'm
what we
saying
see
is-
with Birdman, he love the game. So I think he's
Yeah.
somebody that love this shit so much that he want to get back in this shit and push some new artists. So maybe he like, how can I get relevant to the youth and doing shit like this? with
Because
Drewski is
picture
like
yourself right now, if you had a crib and $20 million and you never have to work again, what are you gonna do? Well, you're gonna spend some time with your kid, you're gonna spend some time with your girl, but eventually at some point you're probably gonna want to make some content, or you're probably gonna want to
Now
make
it's-
some music, or you're
real.
probably gonna want to get some viral attention going,
Now,
get your
these
name in the
days-
headlines.
Yeah, now it's 15-year-olds and 14-year-olds researching who the hell Birdman is.
Yeah.
Facts.
Because he took Drewski's chain. Everybody watches Drewski. You know what I mean?
If I didn't have my own business going, I would probably spend some percentage of my time clout chasing off the Neons and the Sneakos and the whoever. Like I would be, if I didn't have my own platform, I would be so motivated to go do Vlad interviews, pull up on Act, do some streams, go pull up on anyone who will like get me some fucking attention. And it's not because of the fact that I just want attention. It's because having your name ring bells and being in the news is just like infinitely valuable. Steve Jobs said if he was down to his last dollar, he would spend it on PR. Think about that. So being in the news and being able to control the media and being able to have your own place in the media is so important that Steve Jobs, who's 10 times smarter than any of us combined, said he would spend his last dollar on it. I think about that all the time. Anytime I feel like I might be doing too much to get attention or I'm spending too much money to just fucking make shit look good or whatever, I just remember that he said that. And I remember that controlling public opinion is like the whole thing. That's the whole name of the game.
What was that? I'm sorry, Neon made his girl sign some paper. What was that contract about?
I don't actually know. I do feel like she's pretty much. I think she's just like an OnlyFans girl that's signed to Jack Doherty, right? Probably.
I don't know. She called me the other day mad because I posted a clip of her that was an old clip.
She has your number.
Yeah.
What you doing?
Huh?
You trying to fuck Sam Frank?
I would.
Woo!
She went to the store before.
Sam Frank decent. I fuck with her. She bad, but nah, it wasn't nothing like that. She called me because an old clip. Academics posted a clip.
Oh yeah, that made it look like she was cheating on Neon right now.
And she called me. She's like, "Bro, why you post that shit? You're fucking." And then I was like, "Look, I'll put old clips. I swapped it out for her and shit. I usually don't, but you know what I'm saying. I fuck with her. She gonna come up here and actually do the interview and shit. But I ain't see I don't know. At first I thought her and Neon had a fake relationship, but when I was talking to her, I don't know. It might be real.
It felt real to you when you talked to her.
How she's portraying, like she didn't want Neon and them she didn't want the public opinion to think that she's fucking off on Neon.
I was 1,000% sure that shit was fake.
So that's why it felt a little real when I be talking to her. So I don't know.
It's crazy just seeing where people are able to take this IRL shit and like just how Neon could just be a lame ass virgin and he got the whole world just lining up to watch this shit.
Right?
Some shit.
I don't know. It's crazy.
Shout out Neon outside, man.
It's wild right there, boy.
You need a Neon collab. Awful lot of Neon. What else you got, Remo? I'm about to fucking go do some timestamps.
I know y'all seen Lil' Kim. I don't know. Lil' Kim made me want to get her book because she said her book is out selling the Bible. I seen that.
Britney shit said 1 million too, 1 million copies.
She sold 1 million?
She said her book is outselling the Bible right now.
I mean, that to me is just
That bitch
maybe
It's crazy.
maybe they
statement.
came up with that as just like a way to get people to watch
don't
it
know,
because I
bro.
don't know what the fuck else the reason for her saying that would be necessarily, but
I don't know what
I
she
think
can
she
say
was
to that
serious when
magnitude.
she said it too. Like she wasn't even playing.
fucking
Like, she really
talking about
genuinely
fucking-
felt that.
Yeah, what's she gonna say to that magnitude? Fucking ain't new no more. Everybody fucking like that shit ain't even
Lil'
nothing she
Kim?
can say is taboo to
I don't know.
anybody's
Lil' Kim
ears.
did ride a few ponies.
Yeah,
She
I was about to
did.
Say, Lil' Kim got
She probably got
shit
some
to say.
stories to say. You
Some
know what I'm
stories.
saying?
But we got
older-
some real
these
semen
older-
demons church today that go crazy.
But you
You
talking
know what
about
I'm
today?
saying?
These is all the women in her age
True.
bracket that like, oh,
Yeah,
what was
but-
you really doing? Like, and it's men too. Like, damn,
She was fucking with
you gotta
Biggie.
think it's 40, 50-year-olds that nigga
Did she have Scott
would have
Storch?
died
Or that
to
was
be
somebody
with
else?
Lil' Kim back then.
Man,
She
these
was.
bitches, some of these
She was.
bitches have eaten ass in their diets, man. Like for real, there's some shit going on out
But
here.
what
Like
I'm
it
saying,
ain't
you
nothing
talking
taboo.
about to the kids.
Look at Adam.
This-
no, you're right. And Britney
The
Spears sold
older-
1 million copies of her book. That's fucking
The
insane.
older people are the book readers. These kids is outside going to the club. It's not a lot of young book readers.
Oh yeah, yeah, and that's why I've thought about doing the book thing before, but it's like, how much of a struggle is that going to be to get my young ass audience to actually go read a book?
Just gotta put the audio with it. That's what they doing nowadays.
Audiobooks could help, but like even for me, like the history of No Jumper video that I've been working on for forever and I haven't worked on in the last couple months. I mean, that like I could have made that a book. Why would I expect my audience to go get a fucking book?
You
when-
never
It
know.
makes more sense for you to do a YouTube.
My
video,
audience
right?
is people who want to watch YouTube videos. Why wouldn't I just make it a YouTube video? Now, granted, you can make more money off a book, but if you actually sell a shitload. The thing about the Britney Spears book is I've read I've heard people talk about it and stuff. She doesn't like bring almost anything new to the table in the book. The book is just some lame ass like old shit.
All I was saying.
It's basically a book that you or I could have got on Google and did a bunch of research about her and written the book ourselves. Because she doesn't really bring anything to the table in the book that wasn't already online besides a few choice things like, oh, you had an abortion. Who gives a fuck? Everybody gets abortions. It's not even interesting.
All I was
come
saying,
on, bro.
nothing she's gonna talk about in that book is gonna sound taboo to anything that's going on today.
She wasn't talking about what makes her, what medicine makes her get up and dance in front of the camera every day.
Yeah, that
If she
girl,
did a
I
book-
fuck with her, though. I love,
In which,
Yeah, I love
yeah.
Britney
love her
too.
still.
If she did a book in which she actually was like honest about everything, then I could kind of see the appeal. Maybe there'll be another book down the road that will kind of tell the real story of being Britney Spears. But as far as right now, I'm just not really seeing it.
She probably wanted a lot more in there, and her team took it out.
Man, I feel like her team probably wanted her to do more than what she did in the
Does
fucking
she
book.
even have the mindset to even explain that
They
shit?
probably like, no, keep some of it for
couldn't
the
write a
next book.
sentence.
I know,
They
but I
probably
feel
like keep
her
some of it for the
years-
next book.
I feel like her years of like being under conservatorship probably been kind of a blur because they kept her medicated. They kept her own shit. So like, I believe there's certain parts of shit we would want to know that she probably don't even remember or even know how to tell in a manner that's even factual. You know what I'm saying? We gotta remember, bro. She done crashed.
She's fucked.
She's fucked up. She's fucked up. But I
Is her
like I
book
said, still
credible?
love it.
Like it's like someone else probably wrote that shit for her. I don't know.
I can't imagine
Like you said, it's
who
like
would read
chicken
that book.
scratch.
But then Lena has the book, so I guess okay, there.
But
It's like
you-
normie white women will read this
Yeah,
book.
for sure.
100%.
Yeah.
But you said yourself, you said it's
The
like chicken
35 and
scratch.
up.
It's like nothing
I think
really.
niggas just want the book to get the book.
Yeah.
Just to get their hands on something from her, because ain't nobody got nothing from her in a while.
Well, there's just not that many celebrities at this point that could write a book and actually get 1 million copies sold because she's just that level of celebrity, and that level of celebrity
Stop
doesn't really
playing, it's
exist
Britney,
very
bitch.
often
Yes,
anymore.
Britney.
Yeah,
It's Britney.
She gonna
bitch.
sell regardless.
for sure.
With the
Taylor Swift is like the Britney on steroid.
Taylor Swift is
For real.
1,000 times bigger than Britney
That's
ever
why I
was.
said
It's
on
actually
steroids.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you compare those two, it's just wild.
But back then, if Britney wouldn't left her career, could have. But Taylor Swift is just super talented. But
Yeah.
she could have been a bigger star than what she is. now.
Most definitely, bro.
Yeah.
She just got fucked off somewhere down the line. And
Yeah.
I don't know where that happened, but she fell off the face of the
Is
earth.
that
You
in
didn't
the
hear
book
nothing
where
else
her
like
life
from her.
just-
they didn't want her to end up like Whitney and all them.
I'm sure she talks all about the conservative shit, but a lot of that shit was really
No,
kind
but
of
what
already
forced her
documented.
into this mental mind state that she's in right now?
I don't know. I
Like
ain't
people,
read the
we
book.
had this shit where they call it like where they just pop, the stress, the this, the that, and they just fucking pop, bro. They
No
just-
drugs. So we saying she was just sober and just
Drugs,
wasn't
too.
living.
Oh,
But,
for
um,
sure. But pharmaceuticals.
Oh, okay.
I don't think she's like doing coke. or
Man,
anything.
like I've said, a lot of them fucking little Disney kids or kids that grew up in there are fucked up. today.
Yeah, that's what I'm
If you
saying.
look at all of them, man. Look at little Orlando. He be going crazy. Like, niggas is out here.
You did
insane,
an Orlando interview, Adam?
Orlando who?
Bro.
Bro.
Oh yeah. I couldn't remember who it was for a second.
Fucked up.
I never.
Some of these people out here fucked up. Out
Oh,
here.
yeah, he's out here homeless and dragging
I
suitcases.
don't know. I
down the
remember
street and
Zeus
shit.
picked him up from jail and bailed him out and put him on the show.
Really? That's
That was
unbelievable.
fire.
I didn't know that they were that grimy with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was crazy talking to the CEO of Zeus because I'm like, damn, like me and you are kind of in the same game.
Yeah.
You're just kind of doing it on a different level. The best moment of that party, though, was when I see Chris Brown, and I'm just like, oh, yeah, dude, I'm doing a reality show where the winner gets to fuck my girl with me. Check it out. I'm like showing him the trailer and shit. And like, Chris Brown's just like actually acting pretty stoked on it. He's just like, wow, man,
He was
that's fucking
excited
tight.
about it, right?
I don't know, man. I was just like, I just like didn't know what to say when I started talking to him. I'm like, all right, I guess I'll just show him this shit.
Offset was there.
Was he? He got there later?
He was just in and out, moving around.
Yaya was there. I missed her. That hurt me in my heart.
Who?
Yaya, you don't know who Yaya is?
Me? Not with y'all.
No, not that one, but similar. All right.
Adam's world is like you put on a pair of sunglasses and it's a whole group of new people. Like the forum where it'd be like he'll be standing there, be 5 people. No, it's 3 porn stars and 2 regular people.
There was a moment where there's this dude talking your ear off, and I just kind of like stood near you, and then he just started talking my ear off, and I was just like, 10 minutes later, I'm just like, what the fuck is this fucking dude talking about? I'm like, and why did I assume that he was going to be a normal human being because he was standing next to Dub? And like, I just,
Bro,
It's
that
such
nigga was
a-
so annoying, bro.
it's a crazy like feeling of just having to get used to just kind of shrugging people off like all the fucking
Well,
time, or like trying to be nice, but also just like not being down with you trying to monopolize 10 minutes of my time right now to tell me
Man.
about some stupid fucking business that
Everyone
you're starting.
runs up to you reading their resume off and
I
shit.
just
Like,
hate
man, that shit
taking
crazy.
it in. Like it's cool if you talking and I don't have to listen, but it just strains me out when I'm taking in all this information from you, and then I turn and look and it's all cap.
Oh yeah,
That was actual French Montana house. Like,
Yeah,
he lives there.
yeah.
I wonder how much money he got from sponsors to put that party on.
That's what I was thinking.
Because my party on Friday, I will say that this is definitely an absurd amount of money to spend on something. Like this is like the most money we ever spent on damn near anything. But it's also like, Plug Talk needs promotional expenses. Like you can't just hold on to all your money. You got to fucking spend some money. So we're
You
doing
got
the
to.
craziest party ever.
I always do it.
And if there's any bad bitches watching this and you want to come, feel free to swim in my DMs because for sure I ain't letting no neons in. Not neon got invited, but if there's any girls that want to come through in some tube tops and shit, we would be open to that.
We are open.
Yeah.
Come on through. We're going to be there.
All right, I gotta go write titles and shit. But it was great having a conversation with you guys. I appreciate everybody at home who watched this. Smash the like button
Subscribe.
for the Love of Lena out now. Appreciate y'all. Wow.
We out.
Don't be late.
Stop by Melrose.